Here's how you use the power of your mind to instantly manifest whatever it is that you want in life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into the video. So your brain and your mind is a cybernetic mechanism, which essentially you would liken to a thermostat. So if you set a thermostat for 75 degrees and you open all the windows and it's 28 degrees outside, what happens to the thermostat? What happens to the thermostat? The thermostat kicks higher. Even though it's set for 75 degrees, it'll start shooting out 90, 95 degree air to combat the cold air coming in so it can keep the room regulated at the set temperature. It's the same way that maybe you set your GPS system to get you to San Francisco. You're driving from the opposite side of the United States in New York, but you make a detour and you start going up into Canada. Constantly, the GPS will give you new routes and new routes and new routes to get you on course to San Francisco. It's the same way that a pilot flies a 747. They're not actively steering that the whole way. Actually, what's happening is every time they're hitting turbulence, all of these types of things, let's say the plane is going from Los Angeles to Sydney, Australia, all the way around the world, they're not actively steering it. The plane is set for the coordinates. The cybernetic mechanism, which is essentially a machine-like functioning that works most efficiently when it's programmed with specific coordinates or results so that it can create those specific coordinates or results. So you set the airplane to get you to Sydney, Australia from Los Angeles. Every time the turbulence hits, all that's happening is that it's in constant autocorrect mode. Constant autocorrect mode. It's the same way when they send a rocket out into space and it's going through all the craziness to get through all the different levels of the atmosphere and all the pressure. It's just in constant autocorrect mode to get to this specific program destination. So, in order to use the power of your mind to create what you want, you need specific coordinates for your mind to operate from, because your brain is simply a cybernetic mechanism, or as Dr. Maxwell Maltz would call it, a psycho mechanism. Psycho meaning psyche, the mind, mechanism. So it's our psycho-cybernetic mechanism. So, you know, a lot of times people will say to me, well, I want to make lots of money, that's my goal. I want to attract really good health, that's my goal. I really want a job that I like, that's my goal. I really want to live somewhere cool, that's my goal. But it doesn't make much sense. Now, it might make a lot of sense to a vague type of definition, but you would never walk over to your thermostat and you would never say to the thermostat, hi thermostat, I'd like you to be a comfortable temperature. The thermostat doesn't even do anything. You have to actually program it to a specific destination. You can never say to Siri on your GPS system, hello Siri, please program me to an ideal location. Siri will say, I'm sorry, I do not recognize your location. Please try again. And you say, I really want to go somewhere nice. Siri will say, I'm sorry, I do not recognize what you're saying. Can you imagine if you hopped onto a 747 and the pilot was shaking everyone's hands coming in and you said, so, sir, where are we going today? And he said, you know, just somewhere nice with a lot of abundance. You'd say, either he just took some very strong psychedelics or he's totally out of his mind. Either condition, I do not want to be on this plane right now. I need a specific location that we're going to go to. So think about that. People always say, I want lots of abundance. Abundance is such a catchword nowadays. But what does that mean? Think if you're universal intelligence, if you're your subconscious mind and your brain that's automated to respond based off of the way that it's programmed, and you say abundance, what does that mean? There's a lot of things that mean abundance. Abundance could mean a bunch of fruit trees. Do you want a bunch of tangerines? Is that the type of abundance you want? Do you want 19 Ferraris? Is that what you want? Do you want a bunch of beautifully growing grass? Those are all different forms of abundance, but it's vague. So what are your specific forms? Not lots of money, not lots of health, not lots of this, not I love specific or greater. I always say, and please use this, it's this or something greater. So pick specific goals. Pull out a piece of paper just like this as you end this video and write financial goal, and write a specific financial goal, either an annual or a monthly financial goal. Write a specific savings goal. Write a specific health goal. People always say, I want to get healthy. What does that mean though? Are you going to go on a certain type of diet? Well, then the goal is stick to that diet for 30 days. Is it that you're trying to lose 50 pounds or you're trying to gain 20 pounds of muscle? What is the specific metrics by which your brain can operate most efficiently, right? You would never do that to a thermostat, to a GPS system, and we're not utilizing our brain and our mind power correctly when we do this. Now, the point of the goal isn't what you get, remember that. The point of the goal is who you're going to become in the process. You may hit it in the desired time you want, you may not. You may hit it quicker, you may hit it slower, you may not hit it at all, but you're going to become a greater person in the process. Your brain is designed to operate like this. Your consciousness is designed to operate like this. Otherwise, you create by default, which is how most people create. They don't really know what they want. I want lots of this, I want a bit of that, I want a bit of this. And so it's such fragmented responses that they don't get back what they want. Think about it like this. Your consciousness is the end all be all that creates reality. In fact, everything in the universe is pure consciousness. That's all everything is. Everything is energy. If you look under a powerful enough microscope, all you see is energy moving at various speeds of vibration. Solid objects that actually appear to be solid aren't solid. They're energy moving at a certain speed of vibration. Your consciousness, your thoughts, which are energy that are beyond the visible light spectrum that you can't see, you can only see the effects of them. Your consciousness, your thoughts, is what influences the energy world that we live in that creates the circumstances, situations, your bank account, your love life, your health, your happiness. Your thoughts and your consciousness are what create that. And so it's happening second by second. A way you could see an analogy for that would be like the roll of film that develops out of a movie. It's second by second what's in the consciousness, what's in the roll of film that develops what projects onto the screen. Similarly, the images that you're holding in your mind second by second are projecting onto the screen called the movie of life. Now, if you went into a movie and the pictures weren't clear, you would never see the movie. There are very specific frames that cause the movie to play in a cohesive and beautiful order. It's very specific frames and images, one after another, that cause it to happen. And that's what makes the movie beautiful and exciting and fluid. Now, if you think of it, that projection, that's projecting from the back of the movie theater onto the screen, the same way your consciousness is projecting your reality second by second. Now, if the only thing in your consciousness is, I wish lots of abundance and lots of good health and lots of this, hey, it could be a lot more powerful if you direct the energy focused. And so what I invite you to do is pull that out. Write out what's your health goal, what's a measurable wealth goal, what's the clarity around that, because then your subconscious and your unconscious mind can take it over and start to create it because it knows what to work with. It's almost like you had this invincible higher self best friend superhero that would create everything that you want in life, like Aladdin's genie. You would never walk over to Aladdin's genie and say, I'd like abundance for your first wish. He'd be like, oh, okay, well, here's a bunch of paper. You have an abundance of paper. And then you're like, no, I didn't want paper. And he's like, well, I didn't know what you wanted. right? And you need to be specific with it. So direct all of those specifically, and it's always this or something greater, because you're co-creating with the universe and it's always conspiring for your highest good. But give it a chance to operate at the highest frequency and possibilities that it possibly can, so you can create the most magic, joy, and amazing things in your life as possible. Give it clear direction. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Download my free success hypnosis down below, jakeshypnosis.com. If you're moving through that exercise and you're actually going to write it down, comment it down below. And if you're getting negative thoughts in your head, download my free success hypnosis and play it softly while you're moving through it to start to retrain the mind in a new way. And so, given all of that, we created the Second Mind Neuro Programmer designed to rewire the brain specifically to attract what you want. You can demo it totally for free. It's thesecondmind.com down below, and I'm so excited for you to check that out. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you're actually doing this exercise and you have clearly defined ways for your psycho-cybernetic mechanism, your brain, your consciousness, and your mind, to harness the energy of the universe to create specifically what you want. Because if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. See you next video.